Ladies and gentlemen, Drizzy. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't let me fool you, okay? Don't let my mood fool y'all. I just got a bag of lifesaver gummies, so don't even let my mood don't let my mood fool you right now. Thank you, Benaja. We needed that, Benaja. I wanna I wanna just give a shout out to Big Bucket B. Um, Benaja, we needed that. We needed that. I know I came in here in my last live stream and I said this shit over. Um, I'm not really believing in anything yet until we win a game in Minnesota. So um, I can put my faith and my belief in a New York team at home, sure. But until we win a game in Minnesota, I'm not really about to be like hype out my mind and you know what I mean? Like, damn, this soap make my hands dry as hell. Look at this. Why the bath soap always just make your shit dry as anyway? Yeah, until Minnesota, until we win a game in Minnesota, I can't really, I'm not jumping out the skin. You know what I'm saying? I can't really like this was a good win. We needed this. It's good to see Benaja have a game back where she was aggressive. And really, the only difference I really saw from Benaja in this game compared to previous games was she looked aggressive. She looked like she was trying to get to the hoop. She looked like she was trying to score. She looked like she was getting to her mid range pull up. She was shooting the three ball. She had some open looks, yes. But she was actually like she looked aggressive. She didn't look scared. She didn't look like she was running away from anyone or anything. So shouts out Benaja Laney Hamilton. We needed like remember when I did my prediction video and I said I think the New York Liberty have a better offense, but just we don't. We have, I think, a better offensive product, but we don't have the best offensive system. We probably have the worst offensive system, right? And the reason, part of the reason I think the Liberty have a better offense is because they have so many weapons, but they just don't get tapped into enough. So here comes Benaja Laney shooting 4 of 6 from downtown. Leonie Febish didn't really have a high scoring night. She went 1 of 3 from the field with that clutch three at the end of the game, towards the end of the game with the 3v1 fast break. But Febish doesn't score, and Benaja Laney picks up the scoring slack. You know? That's what the Liberty like. Now, imagine you got Leo on, you got Sab on, you got Stewie doing her thing, you got JJ doing her thing, you got Benaja doing her thing. Like your entire starting five is a scoring threat. That should pose multiple problems for other teams going up against you. Especially for a team like the Lynx. Now you can play 5 out really. You gotta guard JJ, you gotta guard Stewie from 3. You can run a 5 out and now you pull the shot blockers out of the paint. Now someone like Benaja is able to go to the hoop. We still don't post up our mismatches anywhere near where we should. There's no reason why Leonie Febish should not be catching the ball in the post against Natisha Heidemann. There's no reason for that. I can't stand for that. But seeing Benaja Laney Hamilton actually get productive today was good to see. Me personally, I'm not sure how true that performance is. Not on Benaja Laney Hamilton, but I'm saying I don't know how true the performance is as if did Sandy make her a part of the offensive option or was it just our accidental offense again? Was it just that Benaja Laney, was on go mode and she just stopped giving the F and she was just like, I'm going to drive to the hoop. I'm going to find my spots. I'm going to pick my spots and I'm going to actually go for it. I'm not going to hang back and try to pass the ball and be passive with it. So I'm not sure if it was like accidental offense over like, okay, the game plan was for Benaja to go off. Or the game plan was for Benaja to get a little bit more active in the offensive sets. Or did it just happen that way? So I'm not sure how true this performance is. So that's something we'll find out in game 3 because sometimes what teams like to do is a player had a game where they were hot the previous game. Then they try to force feed him the next game, and then they just shoot a horrible percentage because you're just trying to force feed this player instead of letting this player find their spots within the flow of the game. You know, so I'm glad Benaja stepped up. I spent most of this game yelling at the TV because I still saw that we are just all out of sorts on defense. Like the defense looked good at times, yes, but we're just so out of. I don't know. I thought Brianna Stewart, she had 7 steals today, which is a WNBA finals record, so shouts out to Stewie. But holy hell, sometimes I think like I thought this whole time Stewie was a great like defensive high IQ defensive player, right? When she was with Seattle. And then she comes here to New York and I'm just like, was the Seattle team good? Like where did Stewie's defensive IQ go? Cause in certain moments I just don't understand what she be thinking on defense sometimes. I really don't. Like she had active hands today and she got all those steals, great. But explain to me how you're not even responsible for a defensive rotation. You're guarding their best player. You're guarding Fee. What in your mind makes you think I gotta leave Fee to go help this other player? With when Fee has the ball. So I'm just like, Stewie, where's that Seattle Storm defensive IQ? Like, why are we just so confused over here in New York? Maybe that's on the coaches, maybe that's on the coaching and the defensive game plan, maybe, but we're still out of sorts on defense. The Lynx missed a lot of open shots, and again, the Lynx didn't even play well tonight, and they still had a chance to win the game. If you all keep wondering why these games are so close or why the Lynx can get these games so close when the Liberty have big leads, is because they get whatever shot they want. The Lynx are getting whatever shot they want. And they're making some of them, and they're missing a lot of them. They've missed a lot. They missed a lot of offensive options and open offensive options today. They missed a lot of open shots as well. But the reason the games never feel like, 20-point lead, this is out of reach, is because the Liberty, one, they're not getting whatever shot they want. All right? The Lynx are. So that's why the lead never seems really like far distance, or that the Lynx can't get back into the game, because they get whatever they want. It's just up to them to hit the shot. Alana Smith was just open the entire game. Kayla McBride for most of the time was open the entire game. Bridget Carlton, she was missing her threes, but she was open most of the game. So it's not that yes, this is a must win. So that's why I'm not like too impressed. Like, this was an elimination game for the Liberty. You had to win this. So again, the effort was there, right? The effort from the Liberty was there. But again, I asked this before, would you rather have high effort or high discipline? The Liberty lacked that defensive and offensive IQ. Like, Sab one time came off the cut. I think it was the same little UCLA action. It wasn't even UCLA. She just went backdoor. Finally, I was just praising. I was just like, yes, thank God. Sab went backdoor. She cut. She's open. Hit her. I don't know who threw the pass. I think it was Jonquil Jones. Sab is running backdoor. Cuts backdoor. Defender gone. Sab doesn't even realize she's open. JJ flings the ball at Sab, damn near hits Sab in the head. Turnover. I'm just like, oh my goodness, Sabrina Ionescu, bro. Sabrina freaking Ionescu, bro. Like, do you understand when you're open and when you're not? Sab's looking down at the ground and shit. I'm like, Sab, you are the first option on, like, you just cut back door. Nobody's around you. Why don't you realize that you're by yourself? Why are you looking at the ground? JJ damn near took her head off. Damn near took her head off. Anyway, let me, oh shoot, sorry, I didn't change my, that shit, like, I didn't know whether I wanted to cuss or whether I wanted to laugh, but I was just in between. I was just like, Sabrina, what the I was like, shorty, you're open. Get ready to catch the ball. This girl looking down and shit. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I was just like, you know what? Maybe that might be a good lesson. I wish JJ actually hit you in the head with the ball. Then next time you go through a cut, you start looking for the ball instead of running around with your head down. So maybe that was a good thing because what happened for Benijah Laney's last three? Sabrina made the UCLA cut, was looking for the ball, got doubled, wheeled out of the double team perfectly, hit Alana Smith with the snake eyes. Alana Smith went high, hit Benijah in the corner, boom, corner three dagger. So maybe it's a good thing JJ threw the ball off her head. Sabrina, man. Sabrina is basically the picture of the New York Liberty. That Sabrina herself sums up actually the entire New York Liberty. Great talent, but just not there yet. Not there yet IQ wise, not there yet mechanically. Like her mechanical skills need improvement and her IQ needs improvement. That basically sums up the Liberty. Our mechanical needs improvement and our IQ needs improvement. Why is Coach Sandy KYP again? Know your personnel. KYP applies to your team first. You cannot KYP another team if you don't know your team first. So why is Coach Sandy at the end of the second quarter putting in Kayla Thornton? Kayla Thornton keeps fouling for just Kayla is like every time Kayla comes on the court, she tries to make up a stupid foul. Like she tries to foul. It's like she doesn't even try playing defense without fouling. She just goes on the court to foul. And I'm like, Sandy, if you don't want to foul here, why is Thornton the one you put on? Put on Kennedy Burke. At least I know Kennedy Burke has a little bit of athleticism, is not really looking to foul, and could possibly get the rebound as well. Kayla is out there like a loose cannon, and you put her at the end of the second half, fouls, and Nafisa Collier sends it to the line. Now your lead is 10. It's just simple things with this team, man. It's New York, man. What the hell? I'm not sure how updated my live stream coverage is going right now. Okay, no one's in the chat right now. I don't know why this chat box is so big. No one commented anything. So shouts out to everyone in the chat right now. Shouts out to everyone on stream. Obviously, if you're new to this channel, I do have loyalty ties to the Liberty. I do think the Minnesota Lynx are our best basketball team. And I said before that this in game one, I said that this shit's over. My prediction for the series was Liberty in 5. And again, this win, to me, I'm not really impressed by it. It's a must win for us. So that's why I'm not really impressed. You get what I'm saying? I'm more impressed if we can. I'd be super impressed if we won game 3 in Minnesota. That would be amazing. But I'm telling you right now, if this game was a battle, which I don't even think it was, I think Minnesota kind of just missed a bunch of shots. If we don't win game 3, I know today was a must win, and it was. Today was an elimination game. Next game, game 3 is a must win. I don't think we want to go into game 4 down 2-1. That's what I'm saying. Like losing game 1, you have to understand, losing game 1, this is why I said the shit's over, because all other scenarios don't play out well for New York. All other scenarios don't play out well for New York. So let's say we won game 1, we lose game 2. We're regrouping for game 3. So we're in Minnesota, we're going to regroup for game 3. If we lose game 3, right, we go down 2-1. But we have 2 more tries to get a win. 2 more tries to get 2 more wins, right? And that's like the situation is a little bit more manageable because, again, elimination game, everyone's backs against the wall. There's just more firepower there, right? But losing game 1, not protecting home court in a 5-game series is so blown. So it's like if Minnesota protects home court now, the series is over. That's why I said this. Like that's why I said this series is over, because in a 5-game series, it's like you shot yourself in the foot already. So from here on out, New York Liberty's playing off of 1 foot. They already shot themselves in 1 foot. Like, so they're just hobbling along in this series now. They have no advantage. The only advantage they might have is if they can steal a game in Soda, come back to New York. That's the only advantage they have left. They have to win in Soda. They have to win in Minnesota. Game 3, in my opinion, is a must win. Game 3 will decide. I believe Game 3 decides who wins the title. Game 3 decides who wins the title. Let's hit the chat. We got some. Oh, this is paused. Hope this isn't paused for everyone. Hold on. We got a comment from Luke. Luke, what it do? Luke dropping nukes. You're a real one if you know where that's from. Luke dropping nukes. Cutting Vandersloot's minutes was huge. They win game 1 if Sandy pulled her earlier. Who are you talking about? Sloot? Or just letting Benaja play? Well, Benaja was kind of like, again, she was on a roll offensively. Remember when I said Liberty, we accidentally fall into good offense. So because Benaja was on a roll, she got a lot of Sloot's minutes. So if they win, they win game 1 if Sandy pulled her earlier. If you're talking about Sloot, I kind of understand why you say that, because I think that even on the last possession against when Courtney Williams hit that big 3, if Benaja was in the game, maybe we get that rebound. A stronger body to box out Alana Smith. Benaja, what I really liked from Benaja today, what I really, really liked from Benaja today, this is probably my favorite part of her performance, was that we were switching and she was switching onto Minnesota's bigs, and we weren't really calling for help. We did a couple times, but for the most part, Benaja stuck with the bigs, stuck with Alana Smith, stuck with Nafisa Collier, didn't call for no freaking help, just played good defense. That is by far my favorite part of Benaja's performance today. Sometimes in basketball, you just gotta stick good defense. All right. Let me go on to my next comment. Shouts out Eagles brother 92. Good win for your team. Sabrina can't go missing for a whole second half like that. Oh my God, Sabrina Ionescu, man. Sabrina Ionescu, bro. They lying to her, bro. Whoever training her lying to her, bro. Jeez. If I trained Sabrina Ionescu for one off season, bro, she would come back a completely different player. I'm not even saying that to be no braggadocious, self-righteous. Nah. Because she has trainers, but I've yet to see a trainer like fix some of the problems that hold her back. So I'm just like, to me, okay, you might be training like a different part of her game and sharpening a different part of her game, and that might be working. But why aren't you addressing the problem that's holding her game back? Holding her back from being a walking triple-double threat. If Sabrina could dribble the ball, she would be a triple-double threat. Let me finish with your comment. Sabrina can't go missing for a whole second half like that, though. If the Liberty gonna win game 3, glad the other players stepped up. But now y'all see how potent that New York Liberty offense is. Imagine Sabrina doesn't go missing in the second half. Imagine. You have B on fire. Sab doesn't go missing in the second half. Leonie Febish actually gets touches where she can post up smaller players or shoot the 3 ball. Imagine what New York Liberty actually looks like that when all starters are firing, man. Sabrina, it's funny that you commented this. There was a comment on I don't know what page, but on Instagram, on social media, and they were saying like Sabrina always phases out in the second half, and I was trying to explain to them, Sabrina, she's good for the first quarter, second quarter maybe. She's good for the first half because after the first half, all her options are gone. Like, she doesn't have any other options. She doesn't remember when I say Sab literally doesn't know what she's doing on court. By the time you get to the second half, she doesn't have any moves left. And not even skill moves, as in like skill moves. Oh, go between the legs like Hezzy pulled. Not even. Well, that too. Yeah, she doesn't really have skill moves like that. But by the time she gets into the second half, she's out of options. She doesn't know what her counters are. She doesn't know how to free herself up. Coverage might have changed, so now she has to read a different coverage. She's like out of moves by the second half. So now it's harder for her to create because she's such a linear player. She's out of moves by the second half. So that's why like she slows down so much in the second half. She just doesn't know how to counter. That's why if you pay attention to Sab, if you pay attention to her offense, notice where Sab is catching the ball on offense. Notice where she's dribbling the ball on offense. Notice how many times her head is up and looking at the hoop on offense. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Sabrina will be running a pick and roll looking side to side. You can't run a pick and roll looking side to side. You have to threaten your eyes have to be forward because you have to draw the attention of the big. Basketball, a lot of the time, is just Oscar award-winning acting. You have to be a good actor to play basketball, especially a point guard. You can dictate the entire way the defense moves just by where you're looking, where your eyes are set, where your shoulders are set, right? Sab is coming off of pick and rolls looking towards the sideline. Who's that going to free up? Who's that going to free up? So Sab, again, she doesn't really know how to see the game. Sab's eye for the game is actually really bad, which is why I say, like, she has trainers, but what are they doing? Are they actually helping her? I think a lot of people in Sabrina's circle are actually lying to her, bro. Because there's no way you come back the same player. It's been 4 or 5 years with Sab, bro, and she's coming back the same exact player. Vandersloot wreaks havoc on both teams, being erratic and is afraid to shoot. Yeah, so Sloot doesn't make herself an offensive option, that's for sure. She when she finds other ways to be impactful, that's great. Seriously, that's great. But like we need players that like give us the edge somewhere. And a lot of the time that's a battle for the Liberty. Most of our players don't give us the edge. Like most of the players don't give us the edge. Like Sloot can come on, foul, and Tisha Heidemann at the 3-point line. Like that's not smart. If you're gonna come on the bench and be our floor general, you probably have to be the smartest one on the court. Like we can't put you in the game and then have you committing the turnovers and you committing the stupid fouls. We already have enough of that with our starters, you know. Liberty seem to usually come up on the short end when Vandersloot is out there more than 5-7 minutes straight. Seen it for 2 years now. Yeah, that is true. But again, we're playing we're playing 8 deep. Sloot, Thornton, Yara. We're playing 8 deep. I've already said I need those minutes to go to Niara because Niara is such a different type of threat on the floor. But Sandy hasn't really instilled that confidence in her to be like, okay, if you're open at 3, shoot the 3. Like Niara was open tonight. She didn't shoot the 3. She passed the ball off, went to go set another pick and roll. Like the role that Niara Sabally is in, we have plenty of minutes to allocate towards her. Like take from Sloot, play another big. If we're playing Niara Sabally in place of JJ sometimes, a lot of the BS with JJ just bringing the ball down and just not making herself 5'3" when she's 6'6", not sticking her elbows out on rebounds. Niara went into the game, pulled 2 offensive rebounds easy, created more possessions for us and got benched. Meanwhile, Jonquel Jones is accumulating jump ball turnovers. Like we have minutes to give Niara Sabally, but again, Coach Sandy hasn't really instilled in Niara Sabally any sort of confidence or any sort of green light. And I've watched Niara Sabally overseas, bro. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I watched Niara Sabally overseas. We're not using her to her fullest potential. She's operating on like 15% potential right now. If Niara Sabally had the green light, bro, Courtney Vandersloot would never see the floor. Straight up. It would just be a rotation between Jonquel Jones, Niara, probably Kayla Thornton, Kennedy Burke. She would never see the floor. Anyway, The Minnesota Lynx. I'm not really too worried about the Lynx because again, they were getting whatever shot they wanted. Yeah, they didn't have as much maybe fire in today's game. But I think they're feeling okay. Like they did their thing. They stole one game. They get to protect home court now. And I think they're fully confident in their ability to win both games at home. So I'm not too stressed about. No, I don't think anyone should be stressed about like the Lynx in their performance tonight. Like, sure, maybe their heart wasn't in it. Bridget Carlton, one area of concern I would say is Bridget Carlton because I kind of I don't know where she is. She hasn't had a hot shooting night back to back games. I don't know. She of all people has been a no show. And even tonight, again, if you had one of your role players, one of your role players, Kayla was kind of off tonight. Courtney Williams showed up. Nafisa, how many points Nafisa have? Nafisa was kind of cooking. I'm not gonna lie. But if one more role player showed up, Alana Smith was on. Nafisa was 7 of 12. She wasn't. She didn't take too many shots. Bridget Carlton 3 of 9, 2 of 6 from deep. Like if one more role player showed up, we have a game. Like we have a game, and usually that's Bridget Carlton. Sometimes it's Kayla McBride, and usually it's Bridget Carlton, the true MIP. So yeah, I'm not too worried about the Lynx because we're due for a 75% from three game from Bridget Carlton. You know what I mean? Like we're due for that. If it doesn't happen, thank God, but it doesn't mean that the Minnesota Lynx can't still win. But one of these games she's gonna pop off. And when you have a role player like Bridget Carlton popping off, everyone else just becomes more deadly around you too. The floor just becomes so much bigger to guard. And I don't think the Liberty are ready for that. Like, but Bridget Carlton has been a no-show. I don't know where she been. I don't know where my cursor is either. Oh, there we go. There we go. So 8 points for Bridget Carlton today, 14 points for Alana Smith, 16 points for Nafisa Collier. So they weren't really like Kayla McBride, 3 of 9, 2 of 6. But again, a lot of these shots were open. A lot of these shots were open. Heidemann, 5 points. Yeah, there just wasn't a lot of fire from the Lynx today. I don't think their heart was really in this game. I think they were kind of looking to they didn't really want that fight to me with the Liberty. They didn't really want that fight. Like they were just like, we won our game, we stole a game, let's just go back to Minnesota try to win. That's what it felt like to me. That's what it felt like to me. And the crazy thing is, again, they're in a position to win a game every night against us because they just have better offense and better defensive principles. So, game 3, if y'all liked game 1, game 3 is going to be crazy. Game 3 will be the championship decider. I promise y'all, game 3 will be the championship decider. It's either going to be a close game, close victory for the New York Liberty, or a complete blowout from the Minnesota Lynx. And this is the game I expect Bridget Carlton to actually show up in. Excuse me. Game 3 is going to be crazy. Game 3 is Wednesday. I believe Wednesday at 8. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. Yeah, I think Wednesday at 8. So enough rest for both teams. What is it? Sunday? Enough rest for both teams. A Wednesday game is kind of, what's that? 3 days? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. About 2 days rest. Yeah, game 3 is going to be huge. Game 3 might be on the same type of timing game 1 was on. So everyone has to tune in for that one. I know everyone is probably going to be locked in for that one anyway, but everyone has to tune in for that one. Game 3. If you're casual, make sure you're watching. Get your friends to watch this. Game 3 is going to be it. Game 3 is going to be live. Game 4 might be a little bit slower, a little bit more drawn out, but you better be in front of your TV for game 3. Game 3 is it, man. That is, That's all to play for. That's basically like a game 5 in the NBA, if you will. That's all to play for. Game 3 is 1-1, all to play for, man. That's why I really can't wait for. I know the WNBA has changed the finals to be best of 7, and then they changed the first round to be 1-1-1. And the second round is best of 5. Um, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about that formatting. It's cool. It's the first round, but it seems like a lot of unnecessary travel. But either way, they got charters now, so maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing. More revenue from a different city. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing. Um, I'm just glad that the finals will be best of 7. But I think the semi, what what I'm disappointed with is the semifinals not being best of 7 as well. That should definitely be best of 7, instead of best of 5. But at least the finals is best of 7 now. WNBA has been like the scheduling and the formats have been really wacky ever since the beginning of the WNBA. So, um, where's my schedule? Where's my schedule? Best of 7 is going to be crazy. So, man, bro. Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not too worried about the Lynx. The Liberty still, again, the Liberty didn't even play a good game today. That's the only bright side I have for my libs is that we still didn't play a good game today. Not really. Not really. I don't know how many times, truthfully, y'all, I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to personally level and manage my stress if I see Leonie Febish posting up Natisha Heidemann or Courtney Williams or Benaja Laney posting up Heidemann or Courtney Williams and not be given the ball. I don't know how many times I can take that, bro. My TV is on life alert, bro. Anytime that happens, my TV gets scared. Every time that happens, my TV starts like, no, no, please don't hit me. Please don't throw the remote. Please don't throw the remote. Every time. And it's lucky. And then my TV's just like, oh wait, this man's broke. And then it's just like, okay, I'm good. I don't know how many times I can watch that, yo. I don't know how many times I can watch that. Wednesday game 3 is at 8 o'clock on ESPN. Tap in. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream now. I appreciate all of you for checking out this live stream. Let me close this and make sure I don't have any comments waiting for me. I appreciate all y'all checking out this live stream. I know it's probably not the most ideal time because it's Sunday. Everyone's probably enjoying their Sunday and whatnot. But yeah, game one kind of set the bar high. Like game 1 set the bar pretty high. Like game 2 was kind of like, everyone expects the Liberty to win. But like game 1, that was a crazy game. And who else but Sabrina Ionescu to piss me off at the end of it, bro? It's hard being a Sabrina Ionescu fan. Anyway, Eagles brother 92. I feel like Kai Cenat. Eagles brother 92. Thank you for 350 gifted. I hope they allow a little more to the roster for this new bargaining agreement if they're going to add more games. Yeah. The team should be bigger, really. Like 12 is kind of wild. Like sometimes you be seeing the subs and it's like the bench is empty and it's just like what the heck? Like 12 is kind of wild for a professional team. Like I feel like it should be like like an odd number at least, like 13 players or something like that. Hopefully it does get to 15 players, but I'm hoping for like maybe not 15, but like maybe 14 players, maybe. It does kind of mess up the logistics a little bit, but like it 14 players, man. You know how for like 2 players a team is like 2 more spots open, 24 more spots open. But that's a lot of talent you can put on a team with 24 more spots open. I'm pretty sure most teams have their eyes on like talent that they would love to like some of their players are signed and they're playing overseas because they just don't have enough roster spots. So it's like I know a bunch of teams are ready like they would want to like pull their player from overseas and like, oh, come run the season with us if they had 14 roster spots. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But again, the good thing is the WNBA is trending in the right direction. Better changes, more space, more revenue. Yeah, more opportunities, more games. So at least the W is trending in the right direction. I still have, personal issues with like some of the management from like the higher ups in the W, but at least it's trending in the right direction. You feel me? Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right here. I appreciate y'all checking it out. Appreciate y'all leaving comments, furthering the conversation. Drop likes if you must. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me. Go Libs. Game 3, man. We out here. We out there. We out here with no fear. I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Peace.